Hello, St. Peter's. Welcome back for our summer reading adventure number 4. I can't believe we're on number 4 already. And I have a very exciting adventure for you today. Are you ready? Well, let me tell you. My friend Magic Monkey, see how he's sitting down there? That's because he keeps jumping off of Ralph's back. Every time I turn around, he jumped back off. So I had to sit him down here. You guys need to keep an eye on him. We're keeping an eye on you, Magic Monkey. Make sure he doesn't fall again or jump or be silly. I don't know what's gotten into him today. He just is a little bit bonkers. But the rest of us are here and ready. Ralph's here. Big of Joy is here. Our new friend Daisy is here. And here's our jar of joy. Ready for an adventure? I can't wait to show you what is in my bag today. But first we're going to do our story, right? So let me get the book out. I'll show you that in a moment. Let's get ready for the story. Let's turn up our ears so we're ready to listen. Turn off our mouths so we don't make a sound. Put your hands quietly in your lap. Take a nice big deep breath. Now we're ready for our story. So today is a special day in my family because it's my daughter Isabel's birthday. And just like the rest of you, if you've had birthdays while this pandemic's been happening and we've kind of had to stay home, she is celebrating her birthday in the city where she lives. We can't see her today. So we sent her presents and we're gonna call her. She made a birthday cake. Guess what else she's doing today at her house? She's building a fort. Isn't that amazing? Well, I found this book. It's brand new. Isn't it cute? It's called Kat and Juju. I'm gonna read this book and dedicate it to Isabel on her birthday. And I thought these characters were kind of reminded me of a little bit of Isabel and myself. This is really fun. Are you ready? Kat and Juju. The author is Kataneh Vahdani. Here we go. Kat liked to do things her very own way. When she colored, she always stayed inside the lines. She found wonder in places where no one else thought to look. So here you see they're taking like a selfie with their camera, and she's taking a picture of their shadow. That is a little bit different. Very creative. Sometimes she told her secrets to trees. They never told anyone what she said. Nobody knows but you. That's a good idea. She knew the other kids wondered about her, but she was too shy to talk to them. Sometimes she got lonely. Happens to everybody sometimes. Kat couldn't wait for her next birthday. That's when her very best friend would arrive. At least that's what happened for all the other kids. It would be the best birthday present in ever. He got a bear for his birthday. She got a tiger, and this little boy got what looks like an octopus in a fishbowl. Well, that's an unusual gift. On the morning of her birthday, Kat bounced down the stairs. She's so excited. Hiya, Kat. I'm Juju. Happy, dappy, bappy birthday. Kat knew that she and Juju were definitely going to be very best friends. Isn't he cool? Juju was silly and he had a big laugh. He colored outside the lines. He saw things differently than she did. Do you think they could still be friends even if they see things a little bit differently? I hope so too. Cannonball! Nothing seemed to frighten him. Kat wondered if he would still like her. Juju stayed by Kat's side. He tried to help her be brave. Sometimes you just gotta let go and do a happy dance. Can you do a happy dance? Wiggle in your chair. Do a happy dance. wiggly in your chair? Oh, Cat wished she could. But what if everyone laughed? Did you ever be kind of nervous to do something new? That's how she's feeling. Juju didn't care what others thought. He just kept on dancing. Poor little birdie. It must be cold. Until something made him stop. Do you see that? Looks like a little bird hatched. And he was on the ground. I don't think he can fly yet. The birdie looked frightened. Cat knew what that was like. Don't be scared. I am here. Let's take care of it. But what if I can't? With Juju's help, Cat nursed the birdie back to health. Look, they got their doctor and nurse's hats on. They're feeding that little birdie with a dropper. They sure are taking good care of that little birdie. Let's hug the tree. One day, that will be you. She's pointing to all these birds that are flying, because right now, he's not. Bit by bit, the birdie got stronger, but it was still too scared to fly. Cat tried everything she could to help. Look what they're doing here. They're in a rowboat, playing some music. Got an accordion. Even the birdies playing the maracas. That looks like fun. Now they're floating over here. Even when it was hard, she was still helping. Whee! Look at them riding the bike so fast down the hill. I think they're trying to show the birdie what it would feel like to fly in the air. And here they are up in a hot air balloon. Whoa! That would be amazing. One day, something wonderful happened. The birdie was brave enough to fly on its own. Fly, birdie, fly! And then something even more surprising happened. What do you think that could be? I don't know either. Let's see. For a moment, Cat stopped worrying about what everybody else thought. We did it! This calls for a happy dance. She started a happy dance. Let's dance with her. Another time for another dance. It's always time for a happy dance. But look, she did it. She was so scared at the beginning. And now, since she helped the birdie be brave, she felt stronger. She felt braver. And that made her happy. Cat still did things her very own way. But she wasn't lonely anymore. So did her friends laugh at her for doing that happy dance? No, they wanted to be friends with her. Pretty cool, right? And here's a big hug at the end. And a big hug for all of you. So don't be afraid to be who you are. And don't be afraid to try new things. Everybody gets nervous sometimes. But then exciting and amazing things can happen if you keep trying. Well, I love this book. Our adventure for today is inspired by our bird Juju and our birdie friend. Would you like to make some friends with the birds? I have just the thing. Let's see what is in our Reading Explorers Adventure Pack today. What do we have here? We have a toilet paper tube, a pine cone. What do you suppose those are for? I think there's something else. I've got a spoon and some ribbon. Oh, and what's that? I'm gonna need my scissors today. Good thing I have my scissors. Remember, they don't have a sharp point. We don't want to hurt ourselves or poke a hole through our bag. That would be a disaster. So all of these things are gonna make something amazing. Would you like to see what it is? I can't wait to show you. Sorry, I dragged it on the table. We are gonna make homemade bird feeders. Isn't that amazing? Now don't worry, because you might tell me you don't have bird seed. That's okay, I always have another option. You know me. You might say I don't have a pine cone. That's why we have a paper towel tube. Whatever kind of tube, toilet, paper towel, any kind of cardboard tube that you have. Actually, you could even use a plastic water bottle, anything from your recycling. It's okay. You just need something to hold the food on. All right, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So let me set these down here for a minute. I'm gonna put those on my tree later. So I have a tray here. Now I do have bird seed because at my house we have bird feeders. So I have some bird seed on the tray on one side. But if you don't have bird seed, you can make your own. It's not really bird seed, but it's something the birds will eat. Now you might already, if you get stale bread, you might already just throw it in the yard to feed the birds. But if you don't, that's something you can do. So see if you have a stale piece of bread. I had this old hot dog bun. So what I did, I toasted it. I just put it in the toaster and I toasted it 2 times. It looks kind of brown, but I needed it to be nice and crispy. So when I break it, it makes crumbs, okay? So I'm gonna crumble it up on my tray. Needs to be kind of small. Birds don't really have teeth. They swallow it whole. All right, so I'm gonna crumble that on my tray. Now, part of it is still kind of soft, so I'll just throw that to the birds later. That's not gonna go on my bird feeder. And then I found this old bag of crackers. Stale. I don't wanna eat stale crackers, but I don't wanna waste them either. So guess what? We can crunch them up. It's kind of fun to crunch it up. Crunch them up, crunch them up, crunching up the crackers. These ones are little, so you can pinch them in your fingers. Make little crumbs. All right, so we have a crumbly bread mixture on this side. Here. And we have a bird seed mixture on this side. You can combine them. That's okay. I just put them separately so you could see the difference. In case you don't have bird seed, you can have breadcrumbs. Okay? Any old crackers, bread, doesn't matter what kind it is. Birds don't mind. They'll eat any kind of bread. Wheat bread, rye bread, white bread, sesame seeds. They probably love sesame seed bread. Okay, so that's got our seed, our food ready. Now we have to get these ready. So if I try to put some bird seed on here, what's gonna happen? It just falls off. We need something to stick to it, right? That'll make it sticky. We also need to get our tube ready for hanging. Now, if you waited till you put all this stuff on it, let me get this one, like this, it would be really messy. So you gotta put your ribbon on to hold for a hanger for the tree. So you're just gonna make a little cut. These tubes are not very, they're not very thick anymore, so it's easy to cut a little hole in them. And if you need help, just ask a grown-up. Okay, so we got some pretty big size holes in there. That'll make it easier for us to put any kind. It doesn't have to be green ribbon just because I'm using green ribbon. That just happens to be what I have. If you have a piece of string, if you have an old shoelace, if you have some yarn, any kind of ribbon or twine string will do. All right, then I have a really good way of tying this. If you just hold them together and loop them around, pull them through once in a knot, it'll just make a knot at the top that won't come out. Choop. Okay, so now we've got our holder on this one. I suppose we should put our string on the pine cone as well, so it's less messy. You're gonna get a little messy. I can feel some stuff on my hands already. All right, so for this, see how a pine cone has all these little seed, this is where the seeds come out of. So you're just gonna kind of weave it around. Just go all the way around the pine cone until they overlap a little bit and then bring it back up. There's no perfect way, just to make sure that the string stays on there. And the same thing, make it even, hold them together and loop it through. Ta-da! It's good to have a little bit as long as you can, just because then you'll be able to fit it on a branch a little easier, probably. Okay, so now we need something to stick on these. I have a couple choices. My favorite choice, and what I am going to use, because that's what I have, is peanut butter, okay? So you're going to scoop out the peanut butter and put it in a separate bowl, because if you keep dipping in, you don't want bird crumbs and bird seed and breadcrumbs in your peanut butter. My mom said if she wanted crunchy peanut butter, she would have bought crunchy peanut butter. Don't put any breadcrumbs in there. Okay, if you don't have peanut butter, this is what I'm going to use today. You could use jelly. Doesn't matter what kind, doesn't matter what flavor. Now, jelly is sticky, but it gets runnier. It's going to be a little messier if you use it, just to warn you. You could also use margarine or butter, because if you just rub it on, that will make it stick. You could also use shortening. If you have a baker in your house, you might have a big tub of shortening like this. This is what shortening looks like. It's white. Okay, it's used for baking. Sometimes people have it in sticks like this. And you don't need to use a whole lot of it, but that's something else that will stick and it won't hurt the birds. It's all things that the birds can eat. So we are going to take our peanut butter. Let's do the pine cone first. It's a little bit tricky. So I was actually using this spoon when I did my other one earlier. I thought it was easier. So I'm just gonna blob it on. You're gonna wanna go down. If you go up where their seed things are, you might break them off. So you wanna go down the pine cone. It's okay if there's big globs. The bigger the globs, the better, I say. I think the birds would rather have more peanut butter than less peanut butter. What do you think? So we're just gonna keep blobbing it on. I have my tray underneath me so that if any peanut butter falls off, it's just gonna go on the tray and it might fall into my bird seed. That's okay. No big deal. All right, what do you think? That is pretty well coated. And all I used is a spoon. What do you know? What do you know? Ta-da! Okay, don't eat it. This is for the birds. I know it looks tasty. I know you're tempted. Wait and put some on a sandwich later. All right, so I'm gonna get my tray. We're gonna roll this. All we have to do is roll it. Roll it in the bird seed. Rolling, rolling, rolling in the bird seed. Keep rolling it back and forth. Whoa, till it gets really coated. And then pick it up. Look at that, see, it stays on. The peanut butter makes it stick. Now, if you see any spots, like there's a spot at the top, you can pick some up and sprinkle it on. That's a fun way to do it. Just like you're sprinkling some sprinkles on your cookies at Christmas time. All kinds of fun. All right, and there you have it. A pine cone bird feeder. All you do is hang it up in the tree. Let's do one more. This time, I'll use a knife, a spreader knife, right? It's not sharp. And you're just gonna spread, because this is smooth, so it's easier to spread on the peanut butter. Just gonna spread it on all over. See how I stuck my fingers in there like that? That helps me hold the tube if I keep them spread open. So it holds the tube steady on my hand so that I don't have to touch all of the peanut butter. I'm gonna get some on me, that's just natural, but that way I don't have like a big giant peanut butter hand. That would be really messy. And then you're gonna start touching things and it'll get in your hair. Oh my goodness, we could have peanut butter everywhere. But it is tasty to clean up. All right, so I have coated it in peanut butter. Keep those fingers in there. Don't let go, because now on your tray, now you are not gonna pick your tray up like I am. I'm picking it up so you can see it on the camera, okay? You're gonna leave it flat on the table. And then we're gonna roll with our hands inside. It's a little tricky, but I know you can do it. Keep your fingers in there. If they fall out, go like that, put them back in, right? Roll it, roll it, roll it. Now the same thing, look at how that's coating. Isn't that awesome? That looks just as good as our birdseed one. If you see any big spots, just pick some up. You could even pat it on if you want. Give a little pat. Make sure it gets on there. Some of them's gonna fall off. That's why you're gonna do it over your tray. It's okay. It's a really good idea to do this outside, because then whatever's left on your tray, you can just dump in your yard in the grass, and the birds will eat it out of the grass too. But this is really fun. Look at what we just did. 2 bird feeders. Now comes the truly amazing part. When you go and hang these in your yard, even if you don't have a tree, it doesn't have to be on a tree. You can hang it from anything that you have. If you have a planter stand, if you have, it doesn't even have to be up high. If you have a hose stand, you can hang it off your spigot on your hose. If you don't have somewhere high, try to hang it up high because the birds like it a little bit higher. But if you don't have anything super high, just put it where you can. Then you are going to step back. You have to be pretty far away because you don't want to scare the birds. And then you're going to sit and watch. This is where you become an observer again, just like we did on Tuesday. You're going to watch and wait, and it won't take long. I promise you, the birds will come and eat. See what kind of birds come to your feeder. At my feeder, we have cardinals, and we have sparrows, and I have blue jays and orioles, and even a bird called a catbird. I never even knew there was such a thing. I learned that this year. There's a catbird, that's what they call it. I guess he kind of makes a sound like a cat. So see, I have a little paper towel. Put some water on it before we started so that I would have something to wipe my hands off, because it did get a little bit peanut buttery, but that's okay. Now remember, when you do something like this, a project like this, you have to clean up after. You can't just make your bird feeders and then go, okay, Mom, I'm gonna go play. No, my friend. You have to clean it all up. Put all your peanut butter away, put your ribbon away, put your scissors back in your explorer's pack, right? To get ready for next time. Because we want to be able to have more fun adventures, but if you just make a mess and leave it, your parents aren't going to be very excited about letting you do the next adventure. So I will be cleaning up my explorer creations. I want you to clean up yours too. I will hang mine up, and I'm going to take a picture and I'll post it in the comments below our video so you can see how mine are hanging. I'm going to observe, and you can write in your notebook. Remember, we put a little notebook in our explorer's pack? You can write in your notebook about the birds that you see, right? And you can share it with the people in your family, or share it with me. Send me a comment, send me an email. Isn't that cool? All right, I know you're ready to spread some joy. Me too. How about you, Joy? Come on up. It's your time to shine, as they say. Your time to shine. All right. Let's shake it up. And don't dump it in the birdseed. I better push this a little bit out of my way. All right, here we go. How are we going to spread some joy today? I'm excited. I'm excited to spread some joy. Oh my goodness, Delaney, this is your idea. Sing to someone. You know that song, sing, sing a song. Sing out loud, sing out strong. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing, sing a song. That was my song for you. I'm gonna call my daughter and sing happy birthday to her. You can sing to everyone around you and watch the smile on their face. It will bring them joy. That's a great way to spread joy, Delaney. Thank you for the idea. Remember, if you want to give me an idea for our jar, just put it in the comments and I will add it to the jar. All right, go make those bird feeders. I hope you had a fun time with my story today. I can't wait to see your bird feeders. Take a picture and show me how they look, all right? I'm excited. I will show you where I hang mine up. You guys have all weekend to do this. Do you know that? It's pretty cool. Oh, wait, we can't go yet. You know what? We didn't color our stamp. Time to color our stamp. In our Summer Reading Adventures Explorer Log. That is a fancy name. Okay. We fed the birds. Should I make a little bird? Let's see if I can. Just gonna put a little head and a body and some little stick legs and a wing and a little beak. Oh, it's kind of like a bird. What do you think? You like it? Okay, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 adventures. Mine kind of looks like a penguin. That's a bird. 4 adventures down. So many to go. I'm excited. I'm glad we still have a lot of adventures to do. Thank you for coming along with me on my adventure today. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next Tuesday. Keep spreading your joy.